Hey guys, it's Katie, and today I'm going to be explaining to you how I made over $600 in 2 months by selling my clothes online. So I tried out a bunch of different apps, but I found out that Poshmark, Depop, and Mercari were the best apps for me personally to sell my clothes on. And each one kind of focuses on a different style of clothing, whether it be designer or vintage, or if it's just more like different items like blankets and stuff. So I'm going to explain to you what each one does and which one is the best for selling the types of clothes that you're trying to sell. So first off, Poshmark is the app that I've actually made the most money on, and how Poshmark works is it kind of reminds me of Twitter, where you get followers and people follow you like really fast and all the time, so you end up with a lot of followers, and you can share your own clothes and your followers' clothes, and everybody who follows you will see the clothes that you share. And same with somebody who has like 100,000 followers. If they share your clothes, all of their followers, all 100,000 other followers, will see your items on their home feed. So I think that Poshmark is easier to get your stuff discovered more versus like Depop, which works more like Instagram by using hashtags. But Poshmark I think focuses more towards higher end things, but also not necessarily, because I've sold stuff from like Forever 21 and Pretty Little Thing on Poshmark just as easily as I have on Depop. So I think it really depends on what you're looking for, but if you're going to be shopping for like a Coach bag or Kate Spade flip-flops or shoes, I would check Poshmark before I would check Depop for that. So Depop reminds me more of Instagram because you use hashtags to describe your clothes. So if somebody was looking for a halter neck tank top, I would hashtag this gray halter neck tank top. And if somebody looked up that exact hashtag, it would come up with that. You also have the option to describe your item on all of the different apps by like what the brand is, what size it is, where it's from, so it's also filtered by that. But Depop, you don't get as many followers and the feed looks more like Instagram, whereas Poshmark, people are following you constantly, so you always have a large audience and people like to share stuff a lot, because if you share 5,000 of other people's items, you can be on your way to becoming a Posh ambassador, which basically just means that you get recommended to people when they sign up, so you'll get more followers. But sharing is a big thing on Poshmark. Depop, you're more on your own, and people find your stuff by looking at hashtags or by looking at item descriptions. Now Mercari, I just started using that app a month ago, and I realized it works better on more unusual items. Like I sold a Victoria's Secret blanket I got, you know, when they do those promotions, they give you it for free. I sold that on there, whereas when I posted it on Poshmark and Depop, I didn't really get too many likes or comments on it. So I feel like Mercari is better for more unusual items. But I also post all my other clothes on there, and I've sold some of my clothes, but I just think it works better for finding something that might not necessarily be clothes, even though a lot of the items on there are clothes, but you can sell anything on Mercari. It could be a laptop, it could be headphones, it could be a pair of flip-flops, it could be a blanket, it could be a pillow. So I think Mercari is better if you're looking for something that's not necessarily just clothes, whereas Poshmark and Depop are just for clothes. So basically what I'm going to do when I list any item is I'm going to take pictures of it. So I always take a picture of myself wearing it if it's not brand new with tags. If it's brand new with tags, I would try to find a picture of the model wearing it from the website, because I know me personally, if it says it's brand new with tags, I don't want to see somebody wearing it, because then it means that they've tried it on, even though they probably have tried it on because they bought it. Still, I think for the person buying, it's better to show that you haven't worn it. So if it's new with tags, I'll find the model photo wearing it, and then I'll take pictures of the front and back and tag. And if there's any specific details, I'll take a picture of that, like these photos. If I've worn it and it's not brand new with tags, or if it's a vintage piece, I will try it on and model it for the person so that I can see how it looks on a person. And then I will post it on Poshmark, Depop, and Mercari, and I'll see where it sells first. I've just had the best luck selling my stuff on Poshmark, I think because of the way it's laid out with the sharing and how it's like Twitter, and how people with a lot of followers, if they share your item, a lot more people will see it. But I think it's worth a try to try all three, depending on what kind of items you're trying to sell. And all three are definitely a lot of fun. I actually started making my own clothing because quarantine, and why not? And I started selling that on Depop. So if you're going to sell things that you're making yourself, I think Depop is the way to go, because they have a message feature, whereas Poshmark you can't direct message anybody. So I would list my item, and I typically make it per order. So I'll describe the different sizes, and then I tell the people to message me what size they're interested in, and then I'll make it for them. Whereas Poshmark doesn't have that ability, so you would have to list like the exact one you're trying to sell in the size that you have it. So when you sell on these different apps, people can bid with you or they can message you about a lower price. So on Poshmark, how you can do it is everybody who likes your item, if you decide you want to do a promotion, say 10% off or 20% off or free shipping, then you can send out that promotion and it will go to all of the people who liked your item. So they can either accept that, they can ignore it if they don't really want it, or they could bid a different price back to you and you can either accept that or you can counter offer on it. Same idea goes with Depop, except people would just message you asking if you would take a lower price. And then on Mercari it works the same way as Poshmark, where you can send out promotions to the likers and they can bid for them. Also, people can bid on your clothes without you even sending out a promotion, so if you're comfortable with selling it at a lower price, that's definitely a good way to make some sales. When it comes to shipping, Poshmark I think definitely tends to charge the most out of all three of them, but it depends on the item. I believe that Poshmark has a set shipping price of $7.11. I'm pretty sure that's the shipping price on every item. So whether it be a necklace or it be a dress or a giant fur coat, it's going to be the same shipping price no matter what. So I think for the fur coat you'd be getting a good deal on shipping, but for a necklace not so much. Whereas on Depop, the seller has to choose the size of the item, and according to the size is how much shipping will be. Same with Mercari. So I think Depop and Mercari have better deals on shipping if you're looking to buy things. You also have the option as the seller to pay for the shipping yourself to give them a good deal. So say something like, I have a Juicy Couture sweater listed for $55 and I think that's kind of a lot of money. So I would take on the shipping fee so that it's free shipping for the person, so they only have to pay the $55. When it comes to the app fees, about how much money they take out of the money that you make, because the app has to make money somehow, Poshmark definitely has the highest fee. I'm not positive how much it is. I think it depends on the item, because I sold a pair of Tory Burch shoes for $90 and I got $72 for it. Whereas when I sold a pair of Kate Spade flip-flops for $38 on Depop, I got $34. So I definitely think Poshmark has higher fees that they take out of the money that you make. But I think that for me personally, I've made the most sales on there, and I think it's because of their structure of, again, the sharing thing. So I think having all three apps and different options really helps, because you can see the differences and you can find out what works best for you. Depop only takes 10% fee out of the money you make, so Depop is also on the better deal of getting the money that you earned spectrum. So when it comes to the actual shipping of the product, once somebody buys your clothes or any other things you've listed, each app works in different ways. So on Poshmark, they automatically will email you a shipping label and you can just print that out, stick it onto your old Amazon box that you got in the mail, or if you go to your local USPS, you can get free shipping bags and you just tape it on there. I like to wrap up the item in some tissue paper and add a little thank you note just to be nice, and then you can either put it in your mailbox or bring it to your local USPS. On Depop, you have the option of selling it through Depop, which I always do, where basically the same thing happens. They send you a shipping label already with everybody's information, and you can just wrap it up and ship it out same way. Or you can ship it yourself, so you can actually put in how much money you believe that shipping that item will cost you, and then when somebody buys the item, Depop will automatically charge them the amount that you added in there. I tried that one time and then it ended up being more expensive than I thought it was going to be, so that's why I've always just gone with Depop's own shipping. And then Mercari does it the same way as Poshmark, where they send you an automatic label and you can print it out and ship it out. So shipping is actually really easy. That was kind of the most daunting thing for me, was how I was going to actually get it shipped to the person, but it's super easy. I've just saved all the cardboard boxes I've gotten from packages recently, especially with quarantine and like buying lots of things on Amazon and ordering stuff from Target online. You end up with lots of boxes, so I just saved those, and then anytime I go to my local USPS to drop off a package, I'll grab a couple of the free bags. So it's super easy. You don't have to spend any money on buying packaging stuff except for tape if you don't have packing tape. But besides that, like, it's super easy. Selling your clothes online definitely does take some effort. It takes a lot of time to photograph everything and list everything, write the descriptions, and list it on especially 3 different apps. But I think if you have the time, especially now during quarantine, it's definitely worth it. I've made over $600 in 2 months by selling my old clothes, which is insane. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've always wanted to like have my own little store, so this is a fun way to get started in doing that, and I think it's really worth it if you have the time and the patience for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up to let us know that you did. All of our social media links are down below. Comment if you have any questions. I'll put the links to my Poshmark, Depop, and Mercari down below if you're interested and want to see anything or if you want to buy any of my clothes. And yeah, we'll see you guys next Friday. Bye! It's Katie.
And Abby.